All right, and I think that wraps up the trading for today. What a nice way to start the week. Well, I guess you can say, wait, that's not true. What a nice way to start the first trading day. No, that's also not true. What a nice way to start the first trade that I made this new year, this new decade, the second trading day of the year. So yesterday I didn't make any trades. I just wasn't really feeling it. Today, I also didn't make any trades on the live stream, but then after the live stream, we sunk two really nice ones. One was a 9% trade, and the other one was actually over 10%, and I didn't take my profits, and I closed it at 1.6% or something like 1.8 or something. So a little kind of sad because we were up $200 today, and then I kind of gave back almost $100. So that happens, and that's always why I take my profits so quickly. I know sometimes in the live streams and in the comments you guys mentioned, like, Alex, you took profits at 5-10%, and this thing ran. And, this is one of those examples of, when it doesn't work out. And that's why I like to take my profits quickly. So I'm going to be talking about those two trades first. And then I have a limit order open right now. I don't think we're going to get this one. So I think during the live stream, or not the live stream. Sorry, guys, I'm all over the place. So I think during the trading recap, when I show you guys the charts in a little bit, I'll go ahead and close that trade. But overall, really nice way to start the decade and start the weekend as well. I'm super stoked for Monday. We got 5 uninterrupted days of trading ahead of us. So yeah, let's just review the trades, and then it's weekend. Pretty soon, I think I'm gonna also have to come out with a video about what my watch is telling me about my trading, about my spikes when the market opens. It's kind of ridiculous. I wish you guys could see it. So I think in one of these upcoming videos, I'm going to show you guys all of the stats the Garmin watch has been telling me. So if you're into stats, always remember, hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to not miss any upcoming videos. Let's see what we got. Alrighty, tidy guys, welcome back. So we got, check out this one, YUMA. So during this recap video, I do have a limit order out here. We are past 12 o'clock, which is typically when I don't want to be trading anymore, but I really love this big support here at 3.5. So I do have a limit order out here. I'm not sure if we're going to get an entry on this trade, but I'm going to leave it out a little bit longer and kind of watch it every now and then. If I don't get it on this recap video, then you will see me talking about it on Monday. The big one though I want to talk about today is INPX. So let's quickly go on over to INPX and check it out. This was the big runner today. You can also see with the dollar volume, with something with a 79 million market cap, this thing traded $134 million today. So this thing exchanged hands a lot. And oh my God, this is kind of painful to look at right now because this 0.4 right here, I was just thinking about doing an entry on that. That was already a 12% move. So big move all day long on this thing. And if you guys were in the live stream, or if you guys are watching the playback on the live stream, you'll witness this giant run up here. I hesitated the whole way. I didn't get any entries during the live stream, but then, we ended the live stream around 10:05 or something like that. And just waited a little bit longer, and eventually we got a really solid crash all the way down here. We had a pretty sweet entry actually on this one, 0.42. So right around here, right around this line. I didn't really feel comfortable with this one. I knew that it was a quick mover, and we've traded it before in the past, and I was trying to trade it yesterday, and this thing does these huge dips that are sometimes 30%. This dip was 20%. This was a fast one. I think this was like 18. This one was pretty aggressive. This was a 23%. So I knew this thing dips hard, and I didn't really want to buy breakouts on this, because if you buy a breakout on this one, you could be wrong 20% in under a minute, and I just didn't really want to be involved in that. Pre-market, we were kind of in this area. You could see we broke out of 0.42. And this was one of the big breakouts pre-market. And guess what? We pulled back to this 0.42 level. We bounced off of it, pulled back again, eventually crashed under it, broke back above it, crashed back under, pulled back to it. It became support and resistance many times. And that's kind of why I ended up drawing these lines. Not to mention, if you go to the long-term chart and you zoom in a little bit here, you can see that if you scroll all the way back over here, there is nice support here at this 0.4 area. Before we fully have that giant gap down and crash. So long term it's big support, and short term it's big support. those are huge pullback zones that I live for. I don't know. Those are things that I really like. Since we had this failed breakout at 0.65, let's see how far this pullback was. This was a 37% pullback, so pretty aggressive pullback. And we were reaching that kind of after 10:15 area, and I even said it on the live stream. Trading 9:55 to 10:10, I usually don't want to trade. Those are when the price is kind of finding its lows, reversals happen, bottoms happen, and I don't really want to be involved in that because you don't know how far something's going to dip when it dips. Just because it dipped 10% doesn't mean it's going to go to 20%. Just because it dipped 20% doesn't mean it's going to dip 50%. Like, you never know. So I love waiting for these kind of reversal points, and that's what we found here. Selling pressure slowed down. I entered, and boom, we got this nice little run up. I got out pretty quickly. We could have had a 9% rally on this one, but I don't know. I'll take my 10% profit any day, which sounds super true, but actually I really dropped the ball on this second trade. And let me quickly find it. LLEX. On the live stream, we were watching this one, pure hawk mode all day. And, I never entered the trade on this one because I never found that perfect entry on this, and that's totally fine. I guess this could have been a pretty nice entry because here, pre-market, this thing was rallying so hard, 136%, right? And then it pulled back, pretty healthy pullback. Let's see, about 30%. I always say 25 to 30% is kind of like the max pullback that I want. After that, this thing is just selling off and probably going back to zero. But here we go. So big support in this area, 18% pre-market bounce off this area. So, opening bell, there's going to be a lot of dip buyers in this area, and guess what? Boom, 13% bounce in this area, right with opening bell. 2 minutes, we dip down, find some support in this area, bounce right back up. This could be an interesting trade, but this one also had low dollar volume. So only at $5 million volume, 41 million market cap, 91 million shares outstanding. So this thing should have bigger dollar volume, based on how much it's moving today. This was one of the big pre-breakout zones at 0.42. And the VWAP helped me identify that a little bit, but also on the long-term chart, you can see here is really big resistance. This was the big sell-off zone. So when we broke back above this area, you can kind of go ahead and identify, since we broke above that resistance is going to be new support. That's why I love trading support and resistance, because you could just kind of find them in ahead of time, right? You can see these moves happening before they kind of happen. And also we have tops here, right? We have market opens and closes right here. So this is a really big support zone, about 0.4, so or 0.42 a little bit. So let me just quickly go back to this chart, and boom, we had that entry. We waited for this perfect low, 0.433 is when we entered. That's right around here. So we were down about 3% at one point, and then guess what? Price reversed a little bit, and then we were up 10%. And I did not close the position. I had my limit order about like a few percentage points away. It was right around here. It was also front running this resistance area where I have this red line, and I was just waiting for that little pop to the upside. It could have been any buy order would have got me out. That would have been a $100 trade. Since we're trading with a small position sizes, still only $1,000 position sizes. That would have been such a nice way to end the day, but oh well, that's just how it goes sometimes. I should have also got out on the second bounce here to the upside, but again, I was thinking this could be the big run right here. This could be a secondary breakout, but then we had sold off, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm out of this trade. I'll just close my position. So I ended with a scratch, 1.6%. Even actually, it was a little bit more than that. Let me quickly check, because this position size was under $1,000. Okay, no, it was 1.62%, so almost exactly that. Yeah, I don't know, kind of annoying one. I'm not gonna lie, because I was super in the money, and then all of a sudden I just gave back all my profits. And let me quickly tell you why I should have took my profits. One, I always like to take my profits quickly, so I don't know why I didn't this time. Two, LLEX has no news. It's only up because the whole energy sector is flying right now, and then on top of that, dollar volumes. The dollar volume is only at 5.2 million. So there's not even that many traders looking at that. So this thing has no momentum, but I'm looking, I traded it like it was, INPX. So I don't know. Big mistake on my end, and I'm at least happy I could share it with you guys. Take your profits when you have them, because don't let that trade end up like LLEX. Let's very quickly check out INPX again, because this thing is just like, we should all just hang it on our wall, because this is the most beautiful chart I've seen in a while, just because how fast it's flying in all directions. Actually, this pullback right here could be really interesting. I'm not going to trade it. I'm going to remove all my limit orders. Well, there's only one right now, but there's a good chance that this could continue, find some support here or resistance in this area again, kind of try to test that. That would be a 13% move. I think there's a really good chance it's going to do that, but I don't know. I don't want to overtrade. YUMA, this one, again, I'm waiting for a bigger crash down here, but again, I don't want to kind of overstay my welcome. If you check out the long-term chart on YUMA, you can definitely see that this one has a lot of failed breakout attempts. There's really big support here at 4, but if support at 4 breaks, there's really big support here at 3.5. So I wouldn't be surprised if it broke 4, it just kind of dumped all the way back down to 3.5 and then bounced. And that's kind of what I was waiting for, but it's slow, not really moving. This was a hot stock today, though. A lot of people were trading this one, but yeah, I don't know. I think we're just going to have to let that one slide. And then, yeah, I think we're going to wrap up trading with that. It was so much fun having you guys on live stream. Thursday was a little empty, but today, wow, you guys were going crazy in the chat room. It was really fun trading and learning with you guys. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys again Monday. Stay safe, make some awesome trades. Till next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.